Hey, welcome back. Today let's talk about the mindset of a fighter and the mindset of a martial artist. So most people believe that fighting and martial arts are the same. But the truth is they're far deeper. A fighter trains to win, a martial artist trains to understand. So in this video we will explore the crucial difference between a fighter's mind and the true martial arts mastermind. And why one is driven by victory, what the other one is guided by wisdom. So let's start off with a fighter's mind. A fighter's mind is shaped by conflict. It's about competition, survival, and dominance. The fighter prepares to face another person, to test his strength, timing, and endurance. He studies the opponent's weakness and improves his reaction and refines his aggression. But deep inside, the fighter world is often filled with fear and pressure. So number one is fear of losing, fear of not being good enough, fear of being judged. Even when he wins, he fights again because his identity depends on proving himself through combat. So the fighter's mind is powerful, disciplined, but often restless. So it's all about him, the fighter. But the martial art mastermind, the master is different. When you become a teacher, your mind is completely different. The true martial art master does not fight against others. He fights against his own ego. You see the art as a path to understanding life. Every punch, every stance, every breath is a mirror reflecting his inner state. So for the master, training is not about the opponent. It's about balance, harmony, and awareness. It doesn't train for applause. It trains for silence. The kind that comes from mastering one's mind. So where the fighter's goal is to win, the master's goal is to understand. Where the fighter reacts, the master responds. Where the fighter competes, the master creates peace. So it's a completely different mindset. That's why fighters always relate themselves as martial artists. They're not martial artists, they're fighters. So reaction versus awareness. In combat, both fighters and master move quickly, but the intention different. A fighter reacts to what he sees, but a teacher, a master, feels before it happens. So through awareness, a master anticipates the moment, sensing rhythm and energy rather than technique. This is what Bruce Lee meant when he said, "Be like water." The master flows, no resistance, no conflict, no ego. The awareness extends beyond the dojo into relationships, work, and everyday life. It's how to become a human being, actually. Fighting is just fighting. It's only like 20% of the martial art. So one is called the ego versus the purpose. The fighter path is often ego-driven, to be the best, to defeat others, to rise above competition. But ego is a double-edged sword. It drives you forward, but blinds you to growth. But the martial art master follows purpose. He doesn't compare, he doesn't chase fame. His competition is himself, yesterday's version of who he was. That's why many true masters appear humble, quiet, even invisible. So they no longer need to prove. They simply, there they are, themselves. You see? So, the journey from fighter to master is not about skill. It's about transformation. It's learning to use your body as a tool for your spirit. It is a true body battle within yourself. When you train without ego, every strike becomes a meditation. Every movement becomes art. The master victory is not when he defeats others, but when he defeats anger, pride, and fear within himself. So it's a completely different mindset. So in the West, it's all about fighting, big guys and small guys, this guy. It's all about winning. No. So ask yourself, do you train to fight or do you train to understand? Because the fighter's mind can win battles, but only the mastermind can find peace. You see, we train not just for power, train for wisdom. That's why I always say. I mean, there's so many, we are all bombarded with all this UFC fighters, MMA fighters, they're great. Nothing wrong with that. It's good to fight and win the ring and get championship and get recognized. But the master of a martial art influence people, change people's lives, help people, take care of another human being. What do you want to be? Yeah, to be a fighter is fine. But also I think you need to be a little bit, bring your ego down a bit. Look at the pre-fight, the hype of the fight, especially in the UFC in the West. It's all about what I'm going to do to you, what I'm going to hurt you, how I'm going to, right? Do you think that's right as a human being, to hurt another human being? Okay, you in a ring, yes, maybe you train or you pay to do that. That's fine. It's nothing, okay. But don't compare a fighter who win in the ring to a real martial art teacher or martial art master. You see? As I say, in the street, it's a completely different world, right? There are no rules in the street. And don't forget that, you see? And in the rules, there's no size. Big size, small size, everyone can have a chance. So it's not about even size. That's why in Wing Chun, we are taught to be confident, no matter what size we are. I mean, Bruce Lee is one of the great examples, right? The reason he behaved like that, he was a fighter, then he became a philosopher and a teacher. He realized just fighting alone, there's no meaning. You can't change people. You can't influence people just by fighting. But as a martial artist teacher, the philosophy, the wisdom, the knowledge, the technique that he passed on to the next generation change people's lives. That's what he wants. That's why he's completely different. So one of the reasons that's my personal opinion, that when I see the movies, and he was the first Asian man to go in the movie, and in the 70s, to beat up a Western man, a European man, which is unheard of, okay? Unheard of in the 70s. And that's why he changed the world, changed the mindset of people. I mean, in thousands and thousands of years ago, there's no such thing as European man or white man. There's no such thing. Or black man or yellow man or green man. It's all been put into a box by the elite in the West. It's only one race, that's human race. So being a fighter doesn't give you the right to say that all this traditional martial art is terrible. Don't give you a right, because everyone is different. I'm 71. Why do martial art for? To fight in the ring? No. For my health, all right? To improve my energy. Give me a peace of mind. I don't want to fight in the ring. You see, does it make me a terrible martial artist after training for 50 years? I fought when I was young. So I think you gotta expand your mind a little bit in the martial art world. Especially in Wing Chun, I think. Not just, I stay in Thailand sometimes, and I go for Thai boxing training. I spar with some of the Thai young kids, just to get my body cardio, improve my cardio. Not because I want to beat or win, tell them I'm the master. No, I just want to improve myself. It's about me, improving myself and understand myself so that I can learn to understand other people and change other people's lives. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to get all these championships. I mean, the person that I really admire as the boxer is Manny Pacquiao. I'm sure you heard of Manny Pacquiao, a very famous Filipino boxer who started from humble, very, very, poor background. You see? Have to run away from home to box to support his family. And very humble. He talked very humbly, and he fought, and he's the only boxer that have 8 world heavyweight champion. No other boxer, not even Muhammad Ali have that, right? So why is he not the greatest of all time? So because he's biased, right? To me, it's biased. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm saying that if you want to be a fighter, be a fighter, stay humble, bring down your ego, and do your job. Because you can't fight forever. And also look at all the damages that they never tells you. A lot of fighters had the brain kick in, the eyes poked, all sort of injury. I've been through that. I know all the injuries I had. I'm lucky I'm still alive because I practice my Qigong every day. You see? So I hope that all these martial artists out there who does grappling, punching, and UFC and MMA understand that not many people want to fight like you in the ring. And nowadays, in this day and age, many parents will not allow their children to fight in the ring unless, they are very, very, very poor. That's the only way to survive, you see? So, if you're a fighter, I would suggest, that, don't criticize other martial artists who practice form and technique, because everybody is different. Everybody enjoys martial art in a different way. Some like practice martial art to fight, like you guys. Some like martial art to pass to the next generation. Some like to preserve the tradition. Some for health. Some for keep fit. Some for peace of mind. So everyone is different. So if you have any comments, please, my friend, down here. I'd love to hear from you. And if there are any subject you want to discuss with me, please do. You see, in the Wing Chun world, in my level, in my thinking, that my job now, or my passion now, is to pass the skill to the next generation and open up the mind of everybody, regardless of what style you do. There's no style in the world, okay? It's only the human being who either they enjoy what they do or they restrict themselves to one style. Don't do that. Open your mind and enjoy martial art. And if you're really training Wing Chun, enjoy Wing Chun. Okay? So I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.